wow, is it a nice day out. It is freaking hot, and I'm not complaining because in 10 months from now, I'll be freezing. Both Ryan and myself, which we formed, as most of you may or may not know, the first official all-Canadian team to race in our own backyard in Resolute Bay, none of it, to the magnetic North Pole, which, by the way, Santa Claus is Canadian. Just kidding, all you non-Canadians out there. But my point being is with Polar Adventures, we formed that first all-Canadian team. This is where we need your help, people. This is where we're reaching out for you. And, like we do with the advertising sponsors, we want to give recognition to the person that we choose to use their name for our team. Now, I've already come up with some ideas, and if you think that's a good one, please let us know. That would be greatly appreciated. I had Great Canadian, All Canadian, Made in Canada, and there's probably some other ones out there. But if you can think of a name that encompasses us being Canadian and us racing the North Pole, and if we choose your name, we will give you that tie into us. So now you're part of our endeavor with us. So as we move along and we mention our new name, thanks to you, you're now part of that, just like the advertisers. So that's our gift back to you. The second thing we're looking for is help in organizing or leading us to or providing us with the means to do some speaking engagements. Now, I'm not one that's not willing to travel. However, there's a cost associated with that, so it depends on what type of arrangement we come to. But before I get into that aspect, I want to make sure this is adamantly clear that all monies that are given through donation for the CCAA go to the CCAA. The race, which is costing me about $50,000 to do, is coming out of my pocket. So any monies, if we raise $20,000 or $100,000, it goes to CCA. That's what we're doing. How I raise the money to pay for my portion of the race is my company has sponsored me as well, but we're looking for other companies to sponsor us through advertising. Now, I have mentioned it in another post. I'm going to keep this very short this time, but there's several ways to advertise. There's on our tent, which is a title advertising. There's our gear. There's our backpack. Again, every time we speak, we'll have a stat suit or a simulation of providing those advertisers the publicity. If I'm on radio or anything that's not visual, then I will verbally mention those key advertisers. But it's not just for the 10 months now to the race. It's the following, after the race, we'll be speaking about it. Because more people, also want to hear about how we survived it, what we went through, what did our minds go through, and then people want to know the other things. How did we do this and that while we're up there? But all in all, we need your help, and I am now reaching out to you in cyber world, whether I know you personally or I know you from a social media, to please pass this along, or maybe you know of a speaking engagement where we can come and help. Here's what I bring myself. I come from two sides of the track. When I was born, we had some wealth. My father had a very successful franchise company, and he did very well with that. And then the tables had turned with Lifestyle and Associates, and my father had to go away for a little bit. So we moved from Sarnia, Ontario, near Windsor, near Detroit, in Canada, along the border, to St. Catharines, which is, oddly enough, near another border, near Niagara Falls, which is about 4 hours away. Now, why I point that out is that's where really the abuse started to happen with my biological mother. I'm never one to compete with forms of abuse. I think, I know, any abuse in any circumstances is too much abuse. I'm not perfect, but I make it an effort every day never to continue that cycle to my children. And I was blessed with our eldest son, Ethan, saying to me when he found out about why I'm doing this race before the charity, and then tying the charity into it, he doesn't understand abuse. In his own words, where you don't abuse us, Daddy, why would anybody hurt their children? And I can't begin to tell you what that means for me. That defined, no matter what's going on in my business life, what's going on around me personally, financially or otherwise, or what I went through, that to me defined my success in life. That one statement from our eldest son, who's 7 years old, by the way. That's why I'm racing. But that's a message I want to get out to people, is I've come from that background. I don't mind sharing the abuse I went through, or the abuse I witnessed my brother go through. But what was surrounding us, the foster homes, the different schools, and the amount of different schools. I went to over a dozen schools throughout my adolescence because my mother removed so much. And the impact that can have on most people, and what it had on me. And then I went through and said, everybody said I would be just the same mold. And I did. And then I came through that. And that's what I want to get out to people, is no matter where you are now, you can go through that. Please click on my next post, and I'll explain that a little bit further. Thank you.